Sciences, founding director of Center for Security Strategy and Policy Research and School of Integrated Social Sciences at University of Lahore. Before editing this book, that is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor Beyond 2030, she has also authored a book titled The Blind Eye, U.S. Non-Proliferation Policy Towards Pakistan from Ford to Clinton. Dr. Rabia, you have the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, Assalamu alaikum to everybody. It is an honor for me to be here today at the launch of this book. I would like to express, I have a long list of thank yous, and I have realized over a period of years that writing a solo book is much easier than doing an edited volume because it feels like an Oscar speech. A long list of people to thank because obviously this success is not mine alone. I'd like to express firstly my sincere gratitude for Chairman BOG, ISSI, Ambassador Khalid Mahmood, DG ISSI, Ambassador Sohail Mahmood, Director China Pakistan Study Center, Dr. Talat Shabir, for hosting this book launch today. I'm grateful to Frederick Ebert Stiftung, Pakistan, led by Country Director Felix Kolbitz, and Program Advisor Humayun Khan, for taking up this project and finding alignment between the values of FES, promoting social justice, sustainable development, and global cooperation, and the vision that is laid out in this book. Their commitment to fostering dialogue and inclusive policy making has been instrumental in bringing this work to life, ensuring that the principles of sustainability and equitable development are at the forefront of our discourse on CPEC. I would like to thank Senator Mushaid Hussain not only for chairing this session very graciously, but for lending your support for this project, sir, and penning down the preface for it. You are a true inspiration, and I cannot find a better word than that's been awarded to you today, Dean Sinatologist, for being such a powerhouse of knowledge and wisdom. Thank you so much for all your support and encouragement over the years. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the distinguished contributors, and I will, take their names a little later, who have joined me in this important project. Your invaluable insights and unwavering commitment to exploring the future of CPEC through a green and sustainable lens have enriched this volume beyond measure. This book is a testament to our collective efforts, and I'm truly grateful to each one of you for bringing your expertise, passion, and thoughtfulness to this endeavor. Together, we have shaped a narrative that I hope will inspire policymakers, scholars, and citizens alike to pursue a future where development and sustainability go hand in hand. So thank you so much for being a part of my journey through this book. I'm also deeply grateful to my research assistants, Afnan Ghaffar, Askar Tahir, and Ahad Ahmed Khan at the Center for Security, Strategy, and Policy Research at University of Lahore. And last but not the least, who is up in California at this hour, Syed Ali Zia Jafri, the Deputy Director of CISPA at University of Lahore, for fiercely and ruthlessly copy editing this book even after I had finalized it and helping me get a clean copy to FES on time for publication. So thank you, Ellie. I know you're watching the YouTube live. Ladies and gentlemen, like Dr. Talat Shabir said, this book is a call for action. It is a call to reimagine our future and to reflect deeply on the path we must take as we move forward. When we speak of CPEC, we often speak of the infrastructure, the trade routes, and economic opportunities. But this book takes that conversation further, beyond the numbers and the technical details. It pushes us to consider the deeper and more profound questions of our time. How do we reconcile economic growth with the pressing demands of sustainability? How do we ensure that development benefits not just a select few, but every citizen of Pakistan, every community across the landscape of Pakistan and beyond? This volume brings together the insights of 6 distinguished authors, each addressing a critical aspect of the CPEC narrative. Ambassador Dr. Nakmana Hashmi, and thank you so much for your generous review, revisits the historical and geopolitical significance of CPEC, posing questions about its future trajectory. Dr. Hassan Thank you for your contribution and your review of this book, on your chapter on the policy lessons for developing green special economic zones under CPEC. Tackling the intersection of industrial growth and sustainability is an extremely important one. Dr. Asif Amin, who's my colleague at University of Lahore, CISPA, is here with us today, and his chapter delves into the environmental dimensions of CPEC, examining the ecological trade-offs that we face. Thank you for your chapter, Dr. Asif. Dr. Yan Chun, who is watching YouTube Live, explores how CPEC can synergize with UN Sustainable Development Goals, and in his chapter, he raises questions about global cooperation and ecological governance. Dr. Mariam Siddiqui analyzes the challenges and opportunities in transforming CPEC into a green alliance, and she highlights the complexity of this green transition as we undertake it. And lastly, Professor Xiaoyu Chung, who's also online with us, provides a global perspective positioning CPEC as a potential model for sustainable development. And she urges us to rethink how large-scale infrastructure projects can be redesigned for future. In compiling this book, I was struck by the collective urgency of our contributors to emphasize one key message, that CPEC must not only be the corridor of commerce, but also a corridor of conscience. A green alliance, as we term it in this book, speaks to the ethical imperative of development, one that recognizes our duty to protect the environment, uplift vulnerable communities, and contribute to global sustainability. This volume challenges us to rethink our relationship with progress, and as very generously mentioned by Dr. Salma as well in her review remarks, it asks us to look beyond the immediate gains and instead focus on building a legacy, which is a legacy of sustainable development that can be proudly handed to our future generations. The green transformation of CPEC is not just a policy choice. I believe it is our moral obligation. So as citizens of Pakistan, the success of this endeavor depends not just on the governments and the corporations, but also on each of us. Our collective future hinges on the decisions that we are going to make today about how we treat our land, our resources, and each other. It is a future that we will share, and therefore, it is a conversation that all of us need to be a part of. So this book offers you a roadmap, but it also serves as a mirror. It reflects back to us the realities of our current moment, and it asks us to take the challenges head on. So whether it is addressing the impacts of climate change, harnessing renewable energy, or developing green special economic zones, the work ahead is huge for Pakistan. It requires collaboration, it requires innovation, and most importantly, it requires a shared commitment to sustainable progress. So let this launch be more than just the celebration of this publication. Let it be the beginning of a deeper, a more engaged dialogue about what it means to truly develop as a country. Let it be a moment where all of us, as stewards of our country's future, take a step forward in shaping a Pakistan that is resilient, that is prosperous, and that is green. So I thank you all for being here and being part of this conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Rabia Akhtar. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would request Mr. Shu Hangtian for his remarks. Mr. Shu Ting is Minister Counselor at Embassy of People's Republic of China,